Hey, what's up, guys? Fat Samurai Guy here with Lady Fat Blood. We watched Jessica Jones season one. It was on Netflix, the big premiere, which was last weekend. And we have some positives and some negatives that we'd like to talk about.
Yeah, so we have another Netflix Marvel television universe venture in the vein of Daredevil. In fact, it takes place in the same universe, obviously. Even though we don't really get a whole lot of mention of the big hitters, all of the Avengers, anybody who follows Marvel, you know what's going on. You know this all takes place. We have a couple of references to the green guy. So you know, I feel like this show. I was hearing a lot of really good things about it, and I will admit I adored Daredevil. And I wasn't necessarily expecting another Daredevil, but what I was expecting was another riveting, gripping, brutal series. And I didn't quite get what I wanted. Now, that is my fault because my expectations were set a little too high based off of the reviews that I was hearing. And just doing a quick search on who Jessica Jones is within the Marvel Universe, I was looking forward to this. And I wasn't necessarily really disappointed, but I didn't really get what I wanted out of it. I feel the show had a lot going for it. I was not really wanting the show to be over until the very end. In other words, we did lose a couple of hours of sleep saying, okay, let's watch the next episode. Oh, shit, let's watch the next episode. You know, we did do that a couple of times, so that's good. So there were times where the show made us kept wanting to come back to it, so that was a good thing. But towards the end of the series, and I have yet to completely put my finger on this, I have a couple of ideas. By the end of the show, I really wanted it to be over. I was tired. I was kind of sick of the same thing. But let's get into the good parts, I guess, first.
Sure. So, again, performances, story, cinematography of this TV series was all very well done, but I think that was the problem that I had with it, was that it was very well done, but it wasn't amazing. Now, was I expecting amazing, awesome Daredevil fight choreography and action sequences? No. This is a totally different character. Okay, she's not a ninja. Okay, I was not expecting her or Luke Cage or anybody else on the show to be doing spinning flying kicks and fighting with awesome weapons and doing all that stuff. I was not expecting that. Okay, and it's good that this show is different and a total opposite of Daredevil. Okay, but the fight choreography was just a little too basic, a little bit too. I mean, it just wasn't exciting.
I was expecting more brutality.
Yeah,
to be honest.
arms need to be breaking.
Yeah, if we have
legs need to be breaking.
we have these superhuman characters
with super strength.
with super strength fighting, in a lot of cases, just average normal people.
Yeah.
And the fighting, filming of the fighting could be a little clunky, could be a little dark. It wasn't that. I'm not expecting raid style choreography and setup here.
No.
But I felt like every time somebody was throwing down, I was very underwhelmed. This was more of a character-driven, getting to know everybody. Even though Daredevil did the same thing, we just had a ninja. You know, we had an actual trained, kind of professional, if you will. You know, he knew how to fight. Jessica Jones doesn't know how to fight. She's winging it. So is Luke Cage, and that was fine. I understood what they were going for. But when you see superhumans on the screen, especially for the first time, in live action form, you kind of want a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I suspect that, I don't want to necessarily say that this is geared more towards women, but I felt like this was definitely more told from a female perspective. I do believe that this was created by a woman, written primarily by women. I don't know about the directing. I don't remember seeing any specific women directors attached to this, but I'm sure there were a few times.
Maybe.
What I did like about the series was the dynamic between Jessica and her best friend Trish. I felt their story was the strongest, their relationship was the strongest, even more so than Luke Cage. At the end of the day, Luke Cage was just kind of like this big dude that was kind of delegated to the back of the show for a while.
Luke Cage, a.k.a. Big, Huge, Giant Booty Call.
Exactly. We'll see where that goes. They had its moments where I understood where they were going with it, and then there were moments where, I'm not going to lie, Jessica Jones is a broken person. Everybody in this show is broken, and I think at the end of the day that might have been my biggest problem with it. A lot of people are praising the show for its portrayal of people who have been through hell and are just trying to overcome and survive and move on with their lives.
Which is fine.
And that is perfectly understandable, and I appreciate that. However, that is not necessarily the kind of show I want to see. I don't want to see a character where I'm wanting that person to die and you can just go jump off a cliff and you need to go the hell away and get the fuck off the screen. And
yeah, not every single character on the entire show needed to be damaged, dark, broken, horrible past,
even Trish,
trauma.
Even the character of
Trish, who was supposed to be normal.
Well, not necessarily normal. They had a well-established history with her and her mom. And her mom, played by the fantastic Rebecca De Mornay. It's so great seeing De Mornay back on the screen. I love her. Her mom was a terrible person, and they had a lot of background into that, and that was fine. But the trade-off is seeing how broken Trish really is, and her story got old really fast in that she couldn't be controlled. It's like, don't you dare try to control me. We get it. You don't want to be controlled because your mom controlled you. We get it. We get it.
Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah.
And again, I am definitely spoiled by Vincent D'Onofrio's portrayal of Kingpin from Daredevil. I feel he is, to date, the strongest Marvel character that we've been presented with. He is the most well-rounded. He has the most layers. You actually empathize with him. It was one of the most perfect portrayals of a bad guy not really understanding that he's the bad guy in his own story, and I adored his Kingpin. And I do enjoy David Tennant, but I don't feel his character stacked up. Did he have layers? Absolutely. Did he have a traumatic past? Yes. However, at the end of the day, he was a petulant child who just wanted to be loved in his own sick, twisted mind, but he didn't really want to be loved. He just wanted somebody to be there, and that somebody just happened to be Jessica. And that got old really fast. And another thing that really kept bothering me is how many times can you capture his character and he escapes? They must have captured him about 4 times throughout this series, and he escaped nearly every single time. That it was getting to the point where I was like, can we end the show now? Can we please just end? There is this character that we're introduced in the very first episode that Kilgrave has taken over. His power is mind control, and he's taken over this character, and eventually he gets her to shoot and kill her own parents, and she gets put into prison, and she's basically going to serve out a life sentence. Well, things end up as they are, to where Jessica cannot kill Kilgrave because she has made it her mission to save this girl, and you can't save her if Kilgrave is dead because there's no proof of what he's done. And so we're going episode after episode after episode. Oh, I can't kill him. I have to capture him. Oh, well, I've captured him, but he's escaped. And he's done this, and he's had this person killed, and he has this person killed. And only for her eventually to get out, this first episode character. And she fucking kills herself! We just sat through 9 episodes of utter garbage and idiocy and just terrible people doing terrible things. And you fucking kill yourself. You have rendered this whole series pointless. If you had done that in the very first episode, you would have saved us all 13 episodes of nonsense.
Yeah, she finally gets free. Finally! And she stabs herself in the throat. And, like I was saying, our interest was piqued. It's like when David Tennant's real objective, Kilgrave's real objective, came to fruition, I was sitting there and I was kind of like, do I like this or not? I was just like, is this interesting or is this shit? That's what I was, because it was just kind of like, I have mind control and I can make everybody do anything I want, but I finally come across someone that I can't control that's driving me nuts, and I'm obsessed with her, and I guess that part's okay, and I have to have her, and I guess that's fine, but he went back and spent millions of dollars to create her home, her original home that she grew up in, and to make everything the way it was when she was a child, and then he invites her over. You're still with us, right? He invites her over and says, look, I have all this for you. You can have everything you want, and maybe we can kind of hook up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it might kind of work out between us. We can get together.
I promise no mind control involved, and you find out later why that is.
Oh, and I was sitting here like, you know, you got Kilgrave, the villain, that was haunting her and making her smash windows randomly because she would just have these moments where he would appear and lick her on the cheek and then disappear and she'd freak out, you know. And all that was good at first and interesting, but now you got David Tennant, you know, sitting at the dinner table with servants, you know, waiting for her to come down from taking a nap to eat dinner with him. And I'm like, is this good or is this shit? But everything was so well done that I still was invested enough to sit and let's see how it finishes. But that doesn't mean that it's riveting. I hate to say this, guys. Performances, like we were saying, everything's well done. But it didn't rivet. Okay? Jessica Jones did not rivet. Alright? I cannot go around and just tell everybody at work, Jessica Jones, you gotta watch Jessica Jones. And calling up my buddy on the phone, man, you better turn to Jessica Jones right now and watch some Jessica Jones. Okay? I cannot, in good conscience, go around highly recommending.
As opposed to Daredevil, which I was I was telling anyone who would listen, you need to check out Daredevil.
We were spreading the word everywhere.
Yeah.
Watch Daredevil because it's awesome.
Yeah.
But
I don't even think I had finished the show yet, and I was
Yeah.
messaging people, oh, dude, you need to check out Daredevil.
yeah, it's just like, again, it's good. And even David Tennant's death was horrible. That was so anticlimactic.
It was.
Just the setup for it was okay, but just okay, I'm gonna act like I'm not. Oh, I'm gonna act like I'm under your mind control, and yeah, you got me. Psych! And she cracks his neck.
When?
She should have ripped his head off, fatality style, with his
She is.
spine hanging from the head. I mean, something.
She had the strength for it.
I mean, really, it's this show's really mature rated just to see Luke Cage and her booty calling. That's
yeah.
really it, guys.
It really was.
You know, Daredevil had like people getting impaled, decapitated. That was real mature rated. It's like if you're gonna make it mature rated, don't just have just lots of sex.
Yeah.
Let's have some brutality in here, man. Arm breaking, like legs breaking. I mean, even Luke Cage. Luke Cage, the actor that got to play Luke Cage did a good job, but even he was like looking bored in some of the fights. He should be smashing dudes through walls. I mean, he did flip a table on somebody.
I will chalk that up to lukewarm writing again. I feel
I mean,
that.
come on.
I feel like this,
Rivet us. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm getting mad now.
No. It's
I was not riveted.
No. It's okay. I do feel again, even though I don't see a lot of women tuning into this, only because this is a superhero themed series.
Are you sure about that? Because I
Well-
see a lot of women watching this show.
I-
I see a lot of women not watching Daredevil.
You know what? Maybe that
You
was
sure?
why. Maybe that was why there isn't a lot of superhero themed elements in this, because they were trying to get the women more involved. But again, I feel like as I will admit I am not the target audience for such material, because this type of material, i.e., girlfriend relationships, broken people trying to find solace in each other, love stories, albeit realistic or not, relationships forged from just wanting sex to eventually actually feeling something for each other. That sort of thing doesn't interest me. So I'm not the target audience in this, but maybe that is why, at the end of the day, this was the least superhero thing we've seen from Marvel so far, was because a lot of women aren't really into the superhero thing. And I'm not saying all of you don't get your freaking knickers in a twist, okay? I'm not generalizing. I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying, actually, I am generalizing. For the most part, women just aren't into the Daredevil stuff. A lot of women shy away from brutality and blood and violence.
That's a shame.
They want to see, they want to see stuff like what Jessica Jones has. But this was just not for me.
Yeah.
I was not the target audience for this. However, at the end of the day,
It just got old.
At the end of the day, though, I will say that it is worth one watch,
Yes.
as opposed to Daredevil, where I will buy that on Blu-ray one day. I will rewatch Daredevil one day. I will not rewatch Jessica Jones. I have no interest in seeing a sequel to this. The second season I
They
will
better
be-
bump up that action.
I
man.
am ambivalent at this point about a second series, unless it involves more interaction with the established MCU as much as they can for the TV show. I'm not even sure I'm interested in a Luke Cage series at this point, only because I don't know where they would go with this.
Yeah.
If they plan on keeping his character very lukewarm. That's the plan.
Luke Cage was lukewarm in this series.
If they plan on keeping him just kind of meh as he was and not really making his story of any interest,
Yeah.
I'm not really sure if I'm interested in a second season. I mean in his own series.
We can only do this because
Yeah.
I mean, just get another director and somebody else that knows. Just you got to ramp up that action, man. I see the only excitement with the Jessica Jones character is if they actually do end up completing the Defenders series, which is going to be all different Marvel, Netflix TV show properties are going to come together, and they're going to have their kind of Avengers type show, a series. I can kind of see, oh, well, that's fun, seeing Jessica Jones next to Daredevil, next to Luke
then
Cage, next to
again-
maybe Iron Fist, hopefully Punisher,
then again,
something
all-
like, maybe, okay, well, then that's not bad, and that's kind of fun now, but look at what it had to take
And look at what she
for
is.
us to be happy to see her.
Look at what
you know?
she's just a detective who has some superhuman strength.
Jump
That's
very
it.
high, and
She's not trained. She's not a fighter.
Yeah.
She's a drunk. She has a terrible attitude. I really liked Matt Murdock. I didn't really like her. I just
Yeah.
didn't hate her.
Yeah.
She was just kind of okay. I get why you're there. I get why you are who you are. But it doesn't mean I want to see 13 episodes of her.
yeah.
So
Like
again,
I
I'm
didn't
not-
mind.
I'm not the target
I
audience.
I like, I'm a little bit different from her in terms of I like the fact that it was dark. She had this broken, dark past, and those are the most interesting type of characters, especially in a comic book, whether it be DC or Marvel universe, when everything is just I'm a superhero. It's just like lame. When they have issues, it could be very interesting. Look at Batman. I mean, people could say, as awesome as Batman is, people could say that guy's fucking crazy, okay? But there's the interesting aspect of it, you see. He's not just, I'm Batman, and that's it. He's got some damaged past. So I like the fact that she had a damaged past. But everyone on the show had a damaged past. And at first, it was like, okay, well, it's kind of fun that she's feisty, and I didn't mind that she was a little bit of a bitch at first. It was something different. I didn't mind that she was an alcoholic. It was something different. But by the end of the show, it was just kind of like, okay, can you stop being a bitch now and try to help some people? Again, everything was very well done. Okay, we don't want to kill it too much.
No, I for everything
We
that they
recommend it,
Yeah.
but we don't highly recommend it.
Everything
okay?
they did well. Everything
Yeah.
they did with the characters, I completely understand why they did it.
It just didn't rivet.
I understand everyone being broken and damaged
Yes,
and terrible.
it's fine.
I understand that, and I agree. That's what the real world is like, but that's the problem. When I watch TV, I don't want to see the real world. I
Yeah.
really don't. I enjoy people with a dark past, and I enjoy people with layers. However, it's difficult to watch an entire series dedicated to that subject, and not one person is actually likable.
Yeah.
And you could argue, well, why do I watch Game of Thrones? Everyone is terrible. Well, sort of.
Yeah.
You have your moments. You have some people that are you can at least get behind. I can
Yeah.
get behind Tyrion. Dany can be an idiot sometimes, but I can at least get behind her.
Mm-hmm.
But this show was hard. It was really hard
Yeah.
towards the end. I felt like I was dragging a ton of weight behind me just trying to get through that last episode. And that's not good.
No.
But I admit, this was not necessarily a show that was meant for me and my taste.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not hate the show. I do recommend a watch through. For my personal taste, I just won't watch it again.
Yeah, we just can't highly recommend it, but just don't expect action, okay? Do not expect. Don't see Marvel and go, "Woo, Marvel, woo, excitement!"
Nowhere near.
When Marvel's when the Marvel font is their logo, there's going to be excitement.
Yeah, this is nowhere near what Daredevil did.
No,
Not even a fraction of what Daredevil did.
no. To sum it up, Veronica Mars with mature rated sex and some
Alcoholism.
violence. That's basically what this show is. And, you know, I was really rooting for this. You know, I like the fact, again, I don't want to be repeating myself too much, but I like the fact that she's totally different from Daredevil.
That was good. That was fun.
We need layers. We can't have the same damn, you know,
Exactly.
type of character.
We can't pull a
okay?
DC and have everybody dark and brooding.
Yeah, the DC movie universe. Everyone's dark and
I'm
brooding.
Wonder Woman.
I am Superman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Aquaman. So,
I'm the Flash. No.
I'm Booster Gold. anyway. But yeah, I was digging it, but you gotta rivet. And I'm patenting this say right now.
We were rivetless.
We were rivetless. You gotta, and that's the thing. We like story-driven TV series.
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't have to be full of action every episode, but when there's action there, man, you gotta excite the audience, man. I mean, towards the end of the season, there was a little bit of action. Got beefed up a little bit with the Simpson character. The Simpson character, that was another guy. At first, I was like, okay, well, I kind of feel for him because Kilgrave took him under mind control and made him do the things he did, and he's broken now. So Jessica Jones is trying to help him out. I liked him, and then all of a sudden, by the end of the show, I was like, dude, kill this guy. This guy's annoying. Like, this guy's horrible. He's making things worse, you know? So, I don't know. Maybe you guys can let us know who the Simpson character is, because they were really setting him up as to be somebody in the Marvel Universe. I don't follow the comic book that much, or at all, really, so I don't really know. So let us know if we missed something there special. But he was annoying, regardless. We wanted him to die. See? Another character. We're just like, oh. So, yeah, we're going to have to give it a 3.5. I'm being generous, too, right now. 3.5 out of 5. Let us know, man, if we totally dropped the ball on this one, or we, you know, missed the genius, the greatness, the awesomeness, the rivetness of Jessica Jones. Okay, we totally missed what was cool about the show.
Freeze frame that, folks.
No. If we totally missed it, let us know in the comments below what was so freaking amazing about the show, and maybe our opinions may change. But as of now, we're going to leave you with that. So, there you go, guys. Give it a shot if you're bored, but I wouldn't rush out and let it take up all your fucking weekend. We could have been doing something else. Could have been playing Star Wars Battlefront or Black Ops 3 or some shit.
Double XP.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.